Many years ago, I loved Backstreet Boys. Do you heard of As Long As You Love Me?
I think I do.
I heard it many times, and
So you want to sing them?
yeah, I want to sing it for a while. All the loneliness turns out to be a friend of mine. I'm leaving my life in your hands. People say I'm crazy and I am blind. Risking it all in a glance.
Hilbert He 同学。Hello, what's your name?
Just address me as Bertie or Hubert would be fine.
Here in England could be pretty cool in summer because 25 degrees, that's actually the temperature of spring in my hometown.
I know like this is not very hot because my family is from Sichuan, so when I used to go back in the summer holidays, it used to be way hotter. So I know like what it's like to be really hot, but it's just very weird over here in England, and to get over 30 degrees,
Sure.
very rare.
Let's say if this would be the first year of being so hot, I mean, in the upcoming few years, it'll be much more even hotter. So would you consider installing an air conditioner?
It's just very rare because we've never had this situation ever before, so it was just quite. It took all like, but over here, 30 degrees is enough for English people to melt.
I'm aware of that. You English people, you like sunshine. There are full of British tourists in Barcelona, in Madrid when it comes to summer.
MI 下一位同学贝贝王 RD。
My name is Leah. Can you use a few words to describe British life?
Very peaceful, very gloomy.
And then, what do you think the biggest difference between living in China and in Britain?
The UK is more peaceful. Like it's like nothing really happens.
Do you have any plans for the future? I mean, a long-term plan.
I think the long-term, finish school. The next one is to get into a university, and then finish university, and then get a job.
Okay, do you feel that if you do not have a clear plan for the future, then you do not know where to go?
I'm a person who's like 走一步看一步. I don't really plan everything very clearly. I'm just like, okay, I'll just do it.
And then what's your motivation?
To survive.
Oh, that's very nice. Maybe I should learn from you, cause I'm a little worried about my future, cause now I'm a high school student and I'm going to go to university and a little stressed.
Emon 412同学连麦。
My name is Eamon.
Okay, so what do you want to talk about?
Well, I want to talk a little bit about culture, maybe the differences between British culture and Chinese culture. So have you ever learned Chinese before?
My parents spoke Chinese at home. I also went to Chinese classes, and I just watch a lot of Chinese stuff.
So I have another big question here. So is it really the case that there is a big difference between the lifestyle in China and that in Britain?
Not really. Of course, I do admit Chinese culture has more aspects to it than the English culture.
So can you give me some examples? Because I just read it from the textbooks, but I think we Chinese students, English tend to be textbook English. We can't speak English to a point where it's so idiomatic or native.
If you were to talk with your friends, you wouldn't exactly be like, 啊，您好，请问您今天做了什么? Like, you wouldn't do that.
What you just said reminds me of some British jokes, which can't possibly be understood by a non-native speaker. So the best way to judge whether you speak good English, whether you are a professional English speaker or such an idiomatic English speaker, is to see whether you can understand British jokes.
Yen 同学
The English is your first language?
I'd say English is my mother tongue because I'm better at it.
And when you reading English, you need to translate into Chinese, or you not to do that?
I don't need to do it for English or Chinese.
Wow, that's so cool. What's the TV series you think is popular in UK now?
Not sure. It depends on what your personal taste is. I personally like watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I'm not sure what I want to say. Just it's a little bored as an international student. So have you gone to the Australia?
I've never been to Australia, but I heard it's really nice because apparently everybody in the UK wants to go to Australia or New Zealand.
How old are you? I'm not sure whether it's privacy information for you.
I'm 51 years old. 155666483同学连麦。
My name is Harry.
Okay, Harry, so what do you want to talk about?
Now I'm in Dongguan, Guangdong province. What's the temperature in England?
I think it's around 30 degrees.
Are there many air conditions there?
You don't find aircon often over here. You only find it in public places like shopping malls.
If I rent a room in England, how much a month?
It depends which city you are in. If you were to rent a room in Birmingham, it would be around £300 a month or £400 a month.
So if I am a worker in the Walmart, how much can I earn for 1 month?
In the UK, I would say if you were to have a job, around like at least £400 a week. 晴天的麦兜同学
My name is Olivia. You can call me Olivia. It's so nice to meet you. So, are you born and raised in UK?
Yes.
Do you celebrate the Chinese festival in UK, or you prefer to celebrate some Westerner festival?
We celebrate both.
Both. You celebrate both Chinese and Western festivals, right?
Yes.
You know, recently I've been to do you know Kaobian in China? And I recently attended, I was failed in the interview, and I was so upset recently. I'm majoring in English. I want to be an official English teacher, you know. However, during my interview, I kind of feel like very nervous. I don't know how to overcome it. Do you suffer like such kind of similar situation in the UK, or?
No, we still have pressure, but compared to China, it's much less.
Recently, I have watched a TV series in Britain called like The Game, you know, 皮囊 in Chinese. We translate it into this.
I've never watched this show, so I'm not sure.
The TV series in the UK, does it really describe the real
连麦
life in
下一
the
位同
UK?
学 Steven Official 同学连麦。
Okay, I want to ask you a question. Is that if I want to apply for a master degree to study in the UK college, what should I prepare? And
every university has a different test to pass. So what you would first do is to find the university or several and like 投简历, you know, like finding a job. And then if they think you're okay, they'll the test that they require you to do. And of course, if you pass, then they'll let you get in.
I was wondering that if you have some favorite singer or band.
Favorite singers or bands? Oh, maybe like Zhou Sun. So what about you?
Oh, that's nice. Well, sometimes I think do you know Ed Sheeran?
Ah, yes, Ed Sheeran. So why do you like his songs?
Just the rhythm is very good, you know, and that sometimes the lyrics is really charming. Yes. So do you have much homework as Chinese students too?
Compared to Chinese students, not I have like no homework. I do have homework, but not compared to Chinese students, it's nothing. 这是西西佛右佛不动同学连麦。
You can call me Lulu. I come from Liaoning province.
So, what food do they have there?
Yeah, I think it belongs to 东北三省. Have you eaten 锅包肉?
Yes.
Do you like it?
Yes, I like it.
Chance, do you have so much spare time to shoot videos or 直播?
I do have enough free time to do it, yeah.
Do you like it or because of
something
else?
Of course I enjoy it, otherwise I wouldn't be doing it.
Do you know 한유 유즈르? How much do you know about him?
To be honest, I know a lot.
So what do you think about him?
I do think he's really cool. Like he is a really cool person. Like he is an absolute god at ice skating. He's really, really good. But like I'm actually kind of sad that he said he retired from competitive ice skating. But like it's okay. I mean he is like at the age, so like 这位同学尖霞希克尔同学是这么念吧？ So, what do you want to talk about?
I prepare some questions for you. First, I wonder if there are many Chinese around you.
I live near the Birmingham University, so there's a lot of Chinese here. Yes.
What's the temperature there?
Around 30 degrees.
那就下一个吧。
同学是有点紧张吗？
不是一点。And then how is the online shopping in the UK?
Online shopping is quite convenient in the UK.
就是来过几次中国，然后呢去过哪几个地方？你可以试着用英文，不是你可以用英文说，我可以试着理解。对。
Okay. So, I'm not quite sure how many times I've been to China. Okay?
你可以快一点。
Okay. And this is because I used to go back to China each year. But because of COVID, I haven't been back for 3 years now. 不对 ，BF Go 同学连麦。
So, should I introduce myself first?
Okay.
So I'm in Melbourne right now. It's just like the first month. So it have been 1 month since I came to Melbourne, and I feel like the city. Well, I love the climate here, but yeah, because I live in the city, so it's kind of noisy. So, do you like enjoy music? Or what kind of music?
I I mainly listen to Chinese music, but I listen to other music too.
What about K-pop? Do you like K-pop?
Yes, I do listen to K-pop.
Oh, which kind of group?
I'm a multi-stan. I have a lot of groups.
Twice, BTS,
Twice,
17.
BTS. Like, just a few examples. Twice, BTS, Blackpink, aespa, Stray Kids, etc. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, me too. Like, especially I feel like Twice, like their songs are super energetic, and I love the rhyme and their tongues, like in a pitch. I'm not good at singing, but it's just like for Blackpink, like, wow, there's like slay, really, like they're just like the queen. Blackpink in your area, you know that they will come back
in August.
In August,
coming so far, if they ever come back. 连麦下一位同学魏迪顺同学。
So you like all the local kids? You went to a local primary school, local middle school, and local high school with all the local kids?
No. I went to a local primary school, but for secondary, I went to a grammar school. Well, I am going to a grammar school.
Do you come to China often?
Yeah, I go back to China. I used to go back to China each year, but because of COVID, I haven't been back for 3 years.
I just found your channel, but I can tell that you really understand the Chinese way. And how did you do that? Because you spend most of your time in England.
Yeah, but because I'm very Zai, so most of the time I speak with my parents, and I very rarely watch English stuff. It is actually really weird. I watch Chinese shows, Chinese dramas, Chinese music. I very rarely do to Western songs or Western things. So I think that's why.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I'm gonna ask. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye. 小公举同学。
What kind of person do you want to work with in the future?
I want to be a good person, a nice person.
What's your definition of a kind person or a good person?
A person who doesn't do bad things and to do what I want to do. A person who can be free.
Do you like to work with the people who are very honest and they can get your back? Do you like?
Well, yeah, because if they're honest, then it's easy to work with them, and if they're trustable, then you can trust them with the work that they do.
You have mentioned the song of "I Want It That Way." I heard it many years ago. I love Backstreet Boys too.
I'm not like a big fan, but I do know the song.
Yeah, I like another song. Do you heard of "As Long As You Love Me"?
I think I do.
This song is very famous. I heard it many times, and I Want It That Way many times too, and I can sing them very fluently.
So you want to sing them?
Yeah, I want to sing it for a while. All the loneliness turns out to be a friend of mine. I'm leaving my life in your hands. People say I'm crazy and I am blind. Risking it all in a glance. I don't care where you're from, don't care what you did, as long as you love me. That's all.
Okay. CB IA 同学连麦。
My name is David. All right, I have a few questions for you. I'd be very interested to know your age.
I'm 51 years old.
What is your current occupation?
My current occupation is 一个啃老的高中生。
I have noticed that you have a very successful channel on this Bilibili
It's not very
program on this platform.
But thank you.
My question is, how have you managed to your program so successful, increase
number of followers to 14,000. I'd be very interested to know that.
Oh, I just have very strong 个人魅力。I offer like free chats, and I'm beautiful, and I just have like a really nice personality.
But do you spend your entire day in front of the camera?
When I live stream over just over 4 hours.
Do you go to you currently go to high school, and I think you're in your summer vacations right now. When you go to school, do you still have so much time to live stream?
On holidays, I do it on Wednesdays and Sundays. When I go back to school, it's only Sundays.